Hello, and welcome back to our modded Minecraft playthrough Above and Beyond. I nearly forgot the name of the pack there, but let's carry on like it didn't happen. So between episodes, I've done a bit. I've sorted out our inventory, and I've just moved our trade station over here, set up a chest on top just to keep our import cards, or whatever you want to call them, and the coinage that we get. So I've been out and I've got a bit more extra coins. I've still not found any more gold coins. Pressing U, by the way, the letter U on the keyboard will show you what it's used for. And these are used in the trade station to get like some other bits and pieces. I don't know what these are all for. Emerald's pretty self-explanatory. Diamonds or shulker shells. That's quite a good one. Oh, and you can... That's pretty good. I wonder how much that is. Exchange currencies. So let's go back into the quest while we're here and just have a look, because that could sort us out pretty easily. For 1 silver coin, I can get this card. I think that's well worth it. I'm going to use the gold coin up because we're in a sky world here and we're lacking a few fundamental resources. Now, these resources we can get, but we need some of them to sort of kickstart us of getting an endless amount. So let's go back into it and yeah, let's submit that. And whack this in. Need a little bit of coal in this Sterling dynamo. And let's put our gold coin in. Nice. So that's really sorted us out on silver coins. I spent a long time trying to get silver coins, a long time. And if I knew we could do that for 1 silver coin, damn it. Oh well. So what we're going to do today. So today I would like to start improving our situation a bit. I want to get into our create a bit more here. I want to get into the mod pack a bit more here. Now, we're not quite at the stage where we can automate stuff, but I've farmed this kelp a few times. I see there's a bit of kelp down there missing, so I'll plant that. Yeah, so I found the kelp a few times, so we're pretty good on kelp. I do want to automate that pretty soon. We'll see how today goes. But for now, I want us to look into getting some of this andesite alloy. Now, if you guys didn't know, what you could do is you could hover over any resource here that you search for. Let's search for crafting table, for instance. And if you press A on it, I always think of it A to add, then you can add it to this side. And it sort of pins it. This is like a pinned item list, so that won't go away as you search for anything else. It will stay over this side. And when you're done with it, you can press A again. So I've added a few things to this side of the list, which we kind of want in the near future. So andesite alloy, let's see about this. So andesite, yep, that's fine. It's these algal blocks. Smelting it, fine. Now, we got the kelp last episode. And so the last thing that we need to get is clay. So I've been looking through this, thinking about what's the best way to get clay. There are a few good ways. You can wash any type of sand in this sort of bulk washing system from the create mod. Let's see, I can ponder this by holding W. And if I go to... Is there one that's water? I can't see one with water. But you can basically do this with a water block and it will spit water particles into an area and that will basically wash stuff. So we can wash sand to get clay, which that's all well and good. But where are we? But these require they're not too hard to make, but yeah, they require some andesite and more andesite in here. So in order for us to get the resources to make andesite, we need andesite. So we need to find another way to get clay, basically. And this is what that situation that I was on about earlier. This might be the best way early on to get clay. This also gives us sand in clay. So let's have a look at a strainer. I think this actual sediment strainer should be fine to get. Canvas. Cutting information. Cutting grassy crops and plants with a knife. Let's see. So I've already looked up how to make a knife, so I won't waste your time too much. Let's just make an iron knife. At this point we've got quite a bit of iron. And I think it's just like this. There we go. Farmer's delight. So let's see about cutting some grass. Does it just work like this? Nice. Right, so what did it say? It wanted us to... So we can get the canvas, that's fine. So that part's done. Click back through here. Cutting board. Was it cut? No, it's strainer. So we can make the sediment strainer, fine. And this is used in the mod water strainer. So if we go at water strainer, where's the actual strainer itself? Strainer base generates items while in water, requires a strainer and water on top of it. So this is where we get back to the catch-22 situation. We need these andesite machines again, and we can make these. These aren't too bad, but we need andesite alloys. So we're in this sort of situation where we need andesite in order to make andesite, no matter which way we start looking at it. So I think we're go for the strainer base. I think that might be a pretty good way. I don't know where everything lives yet, so I've sorted it out, but here we go, naturey stuff. So let's get some coins out. I think let's head over to the shop, and we have some clay up here. So these are clay blocks. So 10 silver, we can unlock the import clay, and then that will cost us 6 silver subsequently. Now I have looked in the world to try and get clay. I can't find it anywhere. If you guys know another way to get clay in this sort of sky way, then please do let me know in the comments, because I can't figure it out. And there might be a way to get clay, I just don't know how. So let's take out that card and let's chuck in, was it 6? So for now, if we just chuck in 6. And there's our first lot of clay. Do we have the recipe that? No. So in order to get clay here, we put it down. And let's make a shovel quick. And I'm not sure how much clay we're going to need right off the get-go, but I'm hoping this will be enough. So that's a cool stack of clay. So first things first, let's have a look at getting some of that algae brick. So we needed this stuff, and that gives us 4 per craft, so that's actually pretty good. Yeah, let's just go make as much of that as we can. Not sure if that's going to be enough still. We'll see how we get on. Let's chuck this away in that one maybe. And I don't have any furnaces yet, So can I use... I don't really want to use that. I'll make one furnace to get it going. Okay, we're in a little cave here. So this is where I've been mining previously. The base is just up here. But I found this ore. I don't know what Forbidden and Arcanus is. But I found a bunch of other ores in here. Some iron, a lot of coal, and lead or something. No, it wasn't lead. I can't remember what it was. We'll go see when we get back. Tungsten or something. So I just thought I'd show you where that is. We're here. Need to improve this stairway down. But yeah, I just went out because I thought we need some andesite. So I've just mined up a bit of andesite. Chuck all this away. So zinc, that's what we got. So I've got some more iron ore, some zinc, and coal. I've made a few more furnaces. And there we go. There's our algae brick. So I think I'm just going to make all this algae brick into, or algal brick, into andesite alloy. Does it have any other uses? It has a few uses, but none of them other things are things that we're gonna make yet. I'd be curious to see what these look like. They look like quite an interesting block. But yeah, let's make all that andesite alloy. So I think that means officially we're into create now. So we do have, I did set aside a chest for create components and a little cogwheel. That's all we got. And we're probably just going to use that now. So now we've got our andesite alloy. What did I want to make first? I wanted to make a way of ore doubling or something like that. Oh, by the way, I keep running past this. I forgot to mention this. So when we discovered a village last episode, I saw some of this organic compost and I didn't know what it was. But I sort of done a search online to see what it was, and it sort of turns into this rich soil if you expose it to, well, I think if you just place it out in the world, it slowly changes. But if you do, let's do rich soil. Yeah, so with this organic compost, if we leave it out in the world, then it eventually turns to this rich soil. And it says it's sped up by sunlight, sped up by adjacent water, and sped up by activators, which itself is rich soil. So it should speed up a little bit more. And what rich soil is used for, I think it's like basically like farming land, but slightly better, slightly increases the growth rate. And I think we do have some more here that we found. So we've got a little bit more here. So we'll have 9 rich soil at the end of it, and it might only be small, but I think it's worth having. But yeah, where were we? So we are looking at possibly making a millstone, but we need more clay, and we're going to start running out of clay a lot more. So that's right, we was looking at the strainer, weren't we? Pressing up and down gets you your previous searches. Right, let's add that to the other side. So, a few things. We need a smithing table in order to make this. So let's go ahead and make a smithing table. 4 planks, I think it was. And yep. Let's chuck that down there. That looks... Oh, that's the vanilla Minecraft smithing table, isn't it? Oh, that's cool that they've incorporated it into this mod pack to be used. Because usually that's just using Minecraft to convert your diamond tools and stuff into netherite stuff. But it's nice that they've incorporated that. So we need to make one of these andesite machines. So that requires andesite casing, which is just a log with a piece of andesite. So we get 2 of them per, so they're pretty cheap. And then we need 8 of these kinetic mechanisms. Right. So this is the create way of getting into it. We're not at that stage yet. That's pretty simple to do. It's just like a assembly line. So you can either have these different pedestals or you can have a conveyor belt. Which looks really, really nice when we're there. So we need some kind of saw. So let's just make a stone saw, cogwheel, and logs. And I didn't look how to make a stone saw. So it looks like, are they all stone? Stone rods, sticks. Stone rods are just cobblestone. So we need 3 of them. Ooh. We need some logs and some sticks and stuff. And let's make, going by my memory, it's not how you do it. So let's just make an iron one then. So they're just buttons and they make 8 at a time. Okay. So 8 buttons. And surround that with 1 of them. And then... Oh, really? Okay. So where are my logs? Oh, I just put them in. Andesite and cogs, and we need 8 of these. Cool. And then we're good to make one of these. Now the recipe for this was iron bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. So let's do that. Strainer base. Nice. Now we made the strainer base. I need the strainer. So 3 of them canvases. So let's have a look. I think that was just 2, 3. And sticks. And we got one of them. So the final thing is we need some water. And this is all converting nicely. So I don't want this to be too far away. Let's just chuck it down in here quickly. And I think it has to be 2 deep. So yeah. So you see how this comes up to the next block. I think what happens is you put the strainer in there. And then we grab our water bucket. And I think that's fine. Yeah, the progress is going up. And let's see what the first one gets us. Nice, clay straight away. So that's got 300 uses. That's pretty good. Ah. So clay's only a 10%, or a 9% chance. Oosh. So that should give us 30 then at least. That's still fine. Considering these sediment strainers themselves are pretty cheap to get. But I'm happy with that now because that's kind of like we can just forget about it. We could maybe make more of these and sort of increase the speed at what we get materials at. Orange sand, yellow sand, nice. And the good thing about this is that the sand that we get from this, if we put it through a washer, will give us more clay as well. So that looks like it's only a 25% chance to turn sand to clay, but still it's kind of free resources at the end of the day. So I'm curious, these ores that we're getting, the iron, We can smelt this down to be usage. So if we chuck that in the furnace, we will just get 3 iron nuggets. Or milling. If we mill that, then we get 3 dust. And a dust still equals a nugget. But we can wash that to get 2. I think crushing wheels are probably quite expensive. Yeah, we're nowhere near them. Because crushing wheels seem to be pretty good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put them into a millstone. And I'll ponder that just so you can see it. Yeah, so the millstone is attached at the side by a cog. And then you put things into it and it grinds it and you'll get the output. So we'll grind down these to the iron dust and then we will wash it to get 2 iron nuggets. So that will effectively double our yield. I forget how we got all this iron then. I think that must have been from chests and things. So really 25 iron ore, crushed iron ore, looks like a lot, but really that's not much at all. So should be a bit sparing with the iron. I've just been making iron things, iron pickaxes, but oof. Right, so before we do that we need to find some kind of power for our create stuff. So maybe water wheels are a way to go. They look fairly cheap actually. So yeah, let's make some water wheels. Let me sleep first. Okay, we've got some water strainers here. I've loaded them down a block for no reason in particular, other than for aesthetics. And I've put some slabs here, just to stop the water spilling out the sides, hopefully. I've got an exit ready for the rotational power to come out this way and that way if needed. Now, what do I... So they still require going clockwise. So if I make it so the water flows that way, maybe something like this. Let's grab some water. Put it down here. Yeah, that works. And 2 more water buckets. And it's getting dark. Hello? That is not what I wanted to do. And chuck that down here and here. And that looks right to me. So the water is... Let's get on top of it again so hopefully you can see it. The water's flowing down this way and then running off underneath. And yeah, I think that looks right. So what do we need next then? We need some shafts. And I don't think this is in the... Oh, hello. Bucket. Take a bucket. Probably need to block that off down there. That's not good. So andesite shafts. One thing I wish this mod pack done slightly differently. I can't see them here, but let's have a look. Usage. Where are they? These shafts. I forget what they're called. Here, shaft. Okay. And that's just, that gets 8 of them. Let's use them sparingly for now. We're going to need more of them, but for now, I can hopefully show you what's happening. Yeah, one thing I wish this mod pack did is when it came to the quest, it is taking a very, like, I don't want to hold your hand approach. Strainers. We've done that quest. Let's do some quests. What I was saying is, yeah, they don't want to hold your hands much. See how this is getting on. Good amount of resources, actually. Can I put stuff back in here? I can't. So let's tick that. No reward. Shame. Clay. We got clay. Right, so that's wanting us to do it with the encased fans. Okay. Yeah, we've got kelp. Let's tick that. But yeah, this quest book doesn't hold your hand at all. I do wish that it sort of told you what's the best way to progress in the mod itself. It sort of relies on a good working knowledge of JEI and maybe a basic knowledge of Create, even though Create itself is very good at telling you how to do things. But let's attach a shaft coming out here. So you can see that extending the shaft did extend this out. So we have got some kind of drive going here now. So the first thing that we wanted to do was we wanted to get a millstone, didn't we? And that looks pretty easy enough. I planted some oak tree saplings around just to keep our wood supply coming in, because I had a look around. I was like, we don't have many trees around other than these like cherry wood or whatever it's called. So let's make the millstone. And the millstone, do we have everything that we need? We need a bit of stone. So if we just get some, we got some cobble on us. Let's just smelt all that up. Right. And let's craft this up. I think we're gonna need a few more of these, so that's just buttons again. Right. So let's grab some iron ore as well. So these machines can be fairly slow on their own. And you can speed this up in a few ways, but let's do something like this. Put a big gear there. And actually we're going to need to rotate this, aren't we? So not like that. Can we do something like this? Yes. And finally, if we put a small cog there and the millstone on it, yeah, that's got it going. So that looks a bit janky at the moment. It's not its final look, but I think for now that will do. So the idea here now is if we get some crushed iron ore and chuck it in, you can see it grinding away. And the speed that it does this is totally dependent on the amount of rotational speed there is. So I didn't actually speed this up or slow this down in the end. I just converted it to a... Right. Oh, that got us free? Hello? Usage? Oh, it does get free. Oh yeah, that's right, 3. And then we wash them to double them. Nice. So we can do this also. Before we carry on, I'm going to speed this up a little bit, just so you guys can see what we mean. So if I do something like this, and then whack a shaft on it, and another one like that, and let's, yeah, that's going to break it, but I want maybe like that. And you can see how, like, using gear ratios, you can speed it up a lot. But I think what we're going to do is quickly convert this over and then bring it back in. So that's sped it up again. And check down our millstone again. And that is going quick now. So I'm going to drop this whole stack in there. And that gave us quite a few. So let's see how long it takes to do one. And that's done. So that's quick. Yeah. So now we've got a way to double our iron dust. And I would like to carry on, but I think that's a really good place to stop it. We've set up some... Oh, my trees are growing. We've set up our water wheels, and we've used some gear ratios here to speed up our millstone a lot. And that should give us a good more iron than we would have if we would have put it in the furnace. We also dealt with our water strainer over there, which is a pretty good way of getting that clay now. We don't have to spend all our silver to get it anymore. So I think that is going to be all for us today. And yeah, I'm really excited with the series. I love modded Minecraft. I love showing you guys what you can do with modded Minecraft, especially maybe those people who aren't familiar with it. And I'm trying to explain everything I do. But if I get ahead of you, then please ask questions in the comments. And if I can't help you, I'm sure someone else can. But until next episode, see you later.